my goodness, it's nearly the end of term, which means summer holidays. When did that happen? Okay, so let's do it. Let's do the last 3 weeks. Okay, so the first rule is, and the only rule at the moment, is to have loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of, I hope you're shouting, fun. Yes. Okay, so before we start, I want to know what one good thing happened to you today. Now you can either shout it at the TV or your tablet or whatever you're watching on, or you can go tell a grown-up. I'll pause it in case you want to tell a grown-up. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we are going to do some more games this week to start off with, to get our brains working. So we did this one last week and we've done it a few times, so it's follow your nose. So you just need to move around the room. So I have space to move around the room today, so let's move this. Okay, so move around the room, move around the room, move around the room. Okay, let's do go quickly, and then let's slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. How fast are you going to go? Okay, now I want you to change direction if you're able to, although I know we're all in a limited space at home. Okay, so now I want you to become aware of your nose. So this is your nose, you're aware of it. Okay, so now I want you to try and lead with your nose. Lead with your nose. Lead with your nose. Follow your nose wherever it goes. That's it. Well done. Okay, I'm going to sit back down now. Well done. Okay, now I'd like you to lead with your finger. It can be any finger. That's a thumb, so let's not do a thumb. A finger, a finger, a finger, a finger. Either hand, whichever one you want. Okay, so lead with a finger. So where is your finger going to take you around the room? Are you going to walk more quick? Are you going to walk quickly with the finger, or are you going to walk slowly? What do you think? Or are you going to do both? You're going to change your pace and have a try, see what happens. Well done. Okay, now I would like you to use your left foot, only your left foot. So this is my left foot, so this would be my side. So for you, it would be this side. Your left foot. That's your thigh, but obviously use that foot. Okay, well done. So you probably are going to be walking a bit like this, so almost like you've got a limp. So you're also probably walking quite slowly because one foot is leading over the other. So you're probably walking quite slowly at the moment. Okay, now I would like you to lead with your ear. It can be either ear, whichever ear you prefer. Okay, that one or that one. Okay, so lead with your ear. Is it harder to lead with your ear than it is to lead with your foot? What do you think? Okay, and now I would like you to lead with your elbow. Okay. Well done. Okay, grab a drink. Beautiful. Now we are going to play a game that we have never played before. Now it does mean we're going to do 2 walking games in one go, but that's okay. So what this game is called the Aging Population game. Now it's a super fun game, and every time I've played this, my whole class has loved it. So it's very easy. It's just that you have to do a lot of use your imagination quite a lot. So I just want to imagine that you're 2 years old. Imagine you're 2 years old at the moment. How do you think? Do you think you might be stood in a certain way? Standing up straight, or do you think you might be like this? Or do you think you might be like this, but like not bending your knees? Okay. So imagine you're 2 years old. Okay, now I would like you to imagine that you're 5 years old. So some of you might actually be 5 years old right now. So imagine that you're 5 years old. How do you walk at 5 years old? How do you act at 5 years old? Do you think that you would still be having tantrums like you might at 2 years old, or do you think that you're able to express yourself properly now? Have a little think. So keep walking like a 5-year-old and standing like a 5-year-old. Okay, lovely. Now imagine you are 10 years old. 10 years old. So do you think you might be stood a bit taller? You might be a bit more confident because you're 10, so you know what life's like. Ooh, yeah. Okay, imagine you're 10. Now, some of you might have a phone at 10 years old, so do you think you might be on the phone? Okay, and now you imagine you are 12 years old. How do you think you've changed from 10 to 12? So do you think maybe you're on your phone but you're constantly texting? Maybe you are making a TikTok. Maybe you are helping out with a younger sibling. Okay, now imagine you are 15 years old. So 15 years old, so school's gotten pretty serious. You're going to be doing your exams soon, so maybe you're really stressed, maybe you're listening to headphones because you've got revision going on. How do you think you might be maybe you're like really cool, so you walk like you've got a bit of swagger. Okay, well done. Now imagine, we're going to jump 10 years. Imagine you're 25 years old. So how do you think you might be reacting at 25? How would you be walking at 25? Maybe you've got children, maybe you're married. Have a little think. Walk like you're 25. Lovely. Now you are 27. Is there any difference from 25 to 27? Okay, now you're going to leap up and you're going to become 40 years old. So what is the big difference from 27 to 40 years old? What do you think? Okay. I'll keep going. So 40, how do you think might be different? Do you think that you definitely have children at this age? Do you think that actually you're just constantly working? You're working. Okay, and now you are 45. How is being 45 years old different to 40 years old? Show me. Lovely. Okay, and now you are 52. 7 years there, 7 years have passed. So you're 52, what do you think? Lovely, now 55. Lovely, 59. Brilliant, 62. Okay, now we've gone from 62 to 70. Do you think you might be starting to walk slightly differently? Or do you think you're still super fit and healthy? Lovely. Do you think at 70 maybe you might have some grandchildren? So maybe you're looking after your grandchildren? Lovely. And now we're really starting to feel our age a little bit because we're 77. Okay. So do you think a 77-year-old might walk slightly slower maybe? Can't walk as fast as when they were maybe 25. Okay, maybe they walked with a little bit of an arch back. Lovely. And now you are 80. Lovely, 80. How is that different? Maybe you're picking stuff up in the garden, you're picking your fruit, you're picking your salads. Lovely. And what about if you're now 83? Is that any different? Okay, now you're really starting to feel it because you're 90 years old. Now my granddad is 90 years old and my grandma is 91. Now my grandma walks with a little bit of a hunchback, but they are both very fit, very healthy, still walk pretty far. But maybe you're not like that, maybe you're not as healthy. Maybe you have to walk with a cane now or a walking stick. Okay, now you are 99. Okay, lovely. Okay, and now unfortunately you didn't make it to your 100th birthday, and you've unfortunately died. Okay, have a little lie down on the floor. Lovely, and go grab a drink. Well done. Okay, lovely. So let's move on to our main activity for today. So we are continuing our theme of summer and hope. And this week we're going to be looking at mime. Now, if any of you do RPA circus, you might have already done some mime, but mime is also very important in drama. So if you know what mime is, could you please shout it at your TV, at your phone, at the tablet in three, 2, 1, go. What is mime? Well done, you've totally got it. So mime is a type of acting where you don't use words or any speech. So you use all of your body instead, and sometimes sound effects, to make up a story. So today we are going to start off with some very, very simple mimes. Mimes? That's not the same thing. Mimes. So the first thing we're going to do is brush teeth. Now I'm going to go get a real toothbrush so we can look at how you would do that. So I have an electric toothbrush, which might mean that you do it slightly different, but if you have a manual one, but it's the same, isn't it? So you grab your toothbrush from wherever it's kept. So for me, it's kept on a shelf by the window. Okay, you grab your toothbrush. Now I put the water on first before I put the toothpaste, but I know people do this differently. So you're going to, I'm going to go to the side, look. So you're going to open the tap. That's it. Put it underneath. Close it. That's it. And then you're going to grab your toothpaste. Going to take the lid off. So for me it's a little flick. Some of them are unscrewing, so you might have to unscrew it. Okay, and then you're going to squeeze. Put the lid back on or close it. Boom, and then brush your teeth. Okay, so try and do that. So let's try and do it without the toothbrush this time. So imagine that it's on the shelf wherever you're grabbing it from. So you grab it, you open the tap. So if you put the water on at a different time, put it on when you would put it on. So water, so you undo this tap, so lovely, put it underneath, take it away, close it, grab your toothpaste from the same place, and mine is from the up here as well, from the little shelf. Take the lid off, flick, or you might actually use both hands. Okay, squeeze it on, close the lid, and brush your teeth. Now when you're brushing, you might go like this, or if you've got an electric toothbrush, you might just keep it on there. Okay, so the important thing to think about when you do mime is to make it look exactly like it would do in real life. So you don't just want to grab your toothbrush and start going like this, because if not, you've got nothing on the toothbrush. It's a dry toothbrush. You want to make sure that you're grabbing it, you're putting it under the water, you're putting your toothpaste on, closing your toothpaste, closing the water, and you're going like this. Because if you just do grabbing it off the shelf and go like this, there's nothing on there. There's no water, there's no toothpaste, is there? Okay, so let's try it with some different things. So brushing your hair. Now I don't really brush my hair because of my curls, but I'm going to pretend I do. So you might go into your drawer, go into the drawer, grab your hairbrush out, close your drawer. I'm going to get up and show you. So so this is my drawer here. So grab a drawer. I actually do have a hairbrush when I do brush it. This, okay. Close my drawer. And then I'd start brushing. Now I'm not going to brush all the way through, because if not you're just going to watch me entangle knots. Okay. And then you might put it back in the drawer. Let's try it. So grab it from the drawer or grab it from the shelf, wherever you keep it from. Okay. Grab it, close the drawer, and start brushing now, you're supposed to start at the ends, aren't you, to get all the knots out. So that's it, and then you work your way up, and then you do at the top. Now I use both hands when I brush, so if you do, make sure you do. If you just use one hand and you just go like that, then think about that. Okay, so let's try it again. So in the drawer, grab the hairbrush, close the drawer. This is, I'm just going off mine, but if you've got a different routine, then do a different routine. Do. Okay. Brush at the bottom. And I'm going to move it over. And higher up. That's it. Okay, I'm done with it. My hair's nice and brushed. Okay, and pop it back in. Okay, so what about drinking? So I've got a glass of water here. So, and then it goes down the throat, doesn't it? So let's pretend that we're having to get a glass from the cupboard first. So let's go to the cupboard, open the cupboard, grab a glass, lovely, pop it on the counter, or keep it in your hand, close it, you walk over, that's it, go to the tap, open the cold tap, make sure it's cold, close the tap, grab your glass. Oh, I forgot a step because I didn't put my glass down, did I? So, glass in hand. I'm going to open it with my left hand, so my glass is still in my hand. So, open. Test is cold. Nice and cold. Close the tap. Pop the glass underneath. Now that it's cold, I'm going to reopen the tap. Lovely. Close the tap. And then have a nice sip of water. Okay, so now that I've showed you, so if you're really not sure how to do the object or how to do the mime to make it look super real, then go grab that thing like I did. So I grabbed my toothbrush, I grabbed my hairbrush, I grabbed a drink, and see how you do, and then take away. But remember just to add each step in, because if you were to grab a glass of water just like that, you haven't opened the cupboard. So how are you going to grab it out? Okay, so think about 2 or 3 things. So now that you have got that, and you have got your mime down to make it super real, I would like you to think about... Sorry there guys, I just had to stop what I was saying mid-sentence because I had a call from the doctors. Okay, so let's start again. So I would like you to think of 2 or 3 things that you might do when you wake up in the summer. So I know for me, so when I wake up, the first thing I do in the morning is usually I switch off my alarm, because it's usually my alarm waking me up. Oh, my toothbrush is about to fall down. So it's usually my alarm waking me up, so I go and I swipe across. But for you it might be mummy's waking you up, or that you wake up by yourself. So let's just imagine that we've all woken up, we're all in bed. Now I usually have like a nice big stretch. Ooh. See, now that I'm doing that I want to yawn. Ooh. So you can just do that, but without the sound. So lovely. Oh, that feels nice. Okay, and then what I might do once I've gotten up, I might open my window a little bit more, because I usually keep it open a little bit at night, but I might open it a bit more, so I'll just go push the handle and push it more. Oh no, because I can't do that yet, can I? Because I have to open my curtains. So I'm going to open my curtains, okay, and then I'm going to open the curtains, and then I'm going to open my window and push it out. Okay, so that's 3 things. So I've woken up, I've gotten out of bed, so you've pushed the duvet over you. So 4 things I've done. Oop. Okay, lovely. And then I'm going to walk to my window, open the curtains, ooh, and then open my window. Now, let's keep it simple. So you don't have to start off you waking up in bed. So you could be that you are about to put some sun cream on. So grab your sun cream, open it, squirt some in your hand, rub, 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 close the sun cream, and then put some in your arms. Okay, so you could just do 3 moves like that. So grab your sun cream, open it, squirt, put it down, hands together, rub, 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 rub. Okay, so it sounds super complicated, but it's a lot easier than what I've made it. So just do 3 mimes about something that you might do in the summer, okay? And so it could be one thing you do in the morning, then as the day goes on, something you do after that, and then another thing. So anything you want, because we'll continue these next week to try and make a story ready for the summer holidays. So we've got 2 weeks left after this, so we will take a story and we'll take some mimes and try and make them into a story. Now I hope I've made sense today, because I'm very tired and it's quite hard to know if I've made sense when there's no one in front of me. So if there are any issues, the lesson plan is attached, which hopefully should make it easier, or just get in contact with me. But basically just make up 3 mimes, make them as simple as possible, okay? So maybe putting on a sun hat, maybe putting on sun cream, or maybe drinking or eating an ice cream. That's an easy one. So take the wrapper off, put the wrapper down. Lovely. Job done. And then we'll add some more to them another time. Okay, lovely. So I have added a few little pictures of summer to the email, so attach them to the email. So you need to ask your grown-ups for that. And what I'd like you to do for next week is just colour them in and make them look really happy and cheery. Maybe you can stick them up in the window for people who go past. Okay, so there's no homework this week because I've already given you a lot to do, because I just want you to think of those mimes, and I'd like you to practice those mimes. Make sure you've got them down. Make sure you've got them down and you're super confident with them. So practice them maybe 3 or 4 times, and just practice them throughout the week as well. So just keep practicing as your homework, but there's no proper homework. Okay, so well done to all of you. You've all done a fantastic job. I'm so proud of all of you. We are nearly there with the homeschooling. Woohoo! Okay, so let's put our hands in the middle. Boom. And we are going to do We Love Cake again, because it's really important that we all love cake. So let's hands in the middle. Drum roll. Hands in the middle. 3, 2, 1. We love cake. Okay, hope that all makes sense for you. If it doesn't, just get in contact. Mwah!